Are you someone who often feels small and inferior in yourself? Like, do you often compare yourself with others and then end up feeling like you're not good enough? Then you definitely lack confidence in yourself, or you definitely feel the lack of confidence. And if you're somebody who wants to build confidence in yourself, or who wants to know that, okay, how can I be confident in myself, then this video is for you. Because in this video we are going to talk about confidence, why you lose it, or certain myths about confidence which are actually not true. And then we are going to truly understand what confidence truly is, and then we're definitely going to understand how can you develop your own confidence. So first I would like to bust few myths that we have about confidence. See, confidence is not about being perfect. when but a lot of us think of confidence like that. A lot of us think that I'm not confident because I do not have a perfect body, or because I do not look this certain way, or because I do not have this certain weight, or I feel underconfident because I'm not so skilled at my job, or because I do not have any good qualities in myself, and all of those stuff. So we associate confidence with being perfection, or with how good we are at something. And when we do this, when we associate confidence with perfection, we start to feel that, okay, for me to be confident, I need to achieve this, I need to lose this much weight, or I need to achieve this body, or I need to have this job, or have this person. But when you do that, you are actually making it impossible for you to be confident in yourself and to have those goals also. Because in reality, for you to actually reach those goals, for you to secure a good job, for you to uh, lose weight or have the body of your dreams, you need to have confidence throughout that journey. For you to reach their goal, you need confidence in that journey actually. So this is a myth that confidence is about being perfection. Because perfection, there is no perfection. Even though the things or people who seem perfect to you, I mean, even though there are people who seem perfect to you, that is not truth. They seem perfect to you, but if you go close to them, if you would ask them, they would reveal to you how they think that they are not perfect, or they have so many things where they're not good, or perfection is not real, even though that is how you start to look at the world. Because, and one thing we need to understand is that while we are talking about confidence, we must understand that we are talking about confidence in the view of having a low self-esteem, and there is a direct correlation between confidence and self-esteem. So the fact that you have, or that you lack confidence, means that you have a low self-esteem. And when you have a low self-esteem, we start to look at world in extremes. That is, for us, people are either perfect or good for nothing. And when you have low self-esteem, you are definitely good for nothing, because you have a lot of negative and a lot of, you start to look at yourself in an inferior way. And when you look at yourself in an inferior way, your ego, the ego of your low self-esteem, to again keep you feeling low about your own self, or to keep you feeling inferior about yourself, you start to look at others in a perfect sense. That you start to believe, that you start to perceive other people like they are perfect. In your lens, in your view, other people will start to seem like they are more perfect, and hence you would feel that every other person is confident, it's just me who is not confident, and self-pity and all of that, but it is not helping you. So let's move to the real thing and understand what confidence truly is. So by now, I hope you know that confidence is not perfection, and this is a thing to be happy about, because now you do not have to seek perfection, or you do not have to wait to become perfect to feel confident in your own self. So let's understand what confidence is truly. Unlike, like, confidence is just not related to any of the external stuff, to anything that is present in your external world. Confidence is not determined by other people, by a job, or by any of the thing that you possess or have. Confidence is an internal and intrinsic thing, something that comes from within you, something that has got to do with your inner world. Alright? And confidence is simply how you see yourself as, what you think and believe yourself as. So the kind of self-image that you have, it determines your self-confidence, or how confident you feel. So to understand this better, I want you to understand that confidence at the end of the day is a feeling, right? We feel confidence in our body. And I want you to understand that where do these feelings come from? Feelings come from the kinds of thoughts that we have. So when you lack confidence, the kind of thoughts that you basically possess in your body is thoughts like, I am not good enough, I'm not good at this thing. I am not very skilled. I do not have a good body, or the body that I have, it's not very desirable. It's not a perfect or good enough body. So it is these thoughts, which are basically thoughts which actually tells you that you're not good enough, which leads you to feel the lack of confidence in yourself. And when you would see a person who is actually confident in themselves, a person who actually feels confident in themselves, and when you would talk to them, and when you would get to know their thoughts about themselves, you would find that this person would have thoughts like, I believe in myself, I am good enough, I know who I am, and I am okay with it. I accept myself as I am. There are so many things I'm good at, and there are things I'm not good at, but there are so many things I'm also good at. So this person is not, so their confidence is not based upon their perfection. Rather, their confidence is based upon the kind of thoughts that they have about on themselves, how much belief that they have on their own selves, how much they accept themselves as. So I want you to see how these two people with different kinds of thoughts, have different kinds of confidence, because this one person do not have confidence, and this person who believes in themselves, who have good thoughts about themselves, good but realistic thoughts. I'm not saying that this person is living in delusion that I am perfect, I am the supreme, I am the best. No, this person is living in reality. They know themselves, and they accept themselves as they are. They are proud of themselves, and they have made peace with who they are, which is not the case in this which is not what is happening in this case. This person is not content with who they are. They're not liking themselves, and hence there's this desperation to become perfect. I want to be like somebody else, because that is where perfection is, that is where peace is. So this is how two people with different kinds of thoughts and beliefs have different have their difference in confidence. So I hope now you know what confidence is truly. And so confidence comes from your beliefs about your own self. And see, on this, I want you to know one thing about confidence. First is there are two types of confidence, right? One is self-confidence and other is skill-based confidence. Be very much clear with that. Here we are talking about self-confidence, because skill-based confidence is a volatile confidence. It is confidence that varies from skill to skill. So like there could be one skill like writing. So suppose I am very skilled at writing, where I could be lacking self-confidence. But here, if I lack self-confidence and the only source of my confidence is this skill, that is writing, in that case this kind of confidence is highly volatile, because there's always going to be somebody who is going to be better than me in this skill. So now my confidence is with respect to the other person, with respect to external sources. So in certain case I can feel like, okay, I'm good, I can feel proud of myself. But the moment somebody comes who has better writing skills than me, my confidence is just going to go into the ditch. So you see how you can actually not depend on self-based that skill-based confidence, and there's a difference between the two. Your skill-based confidence can never compensate for your self-confidence. And here we are talking about the self-confidence, the confidence which is at the core of you, which is actually the base, the foundation of how good you feel in yourself, what is your dominant feeling, vibration throughout your life or throughout your day in yourself. So here we are specifically talking about self-confidence. And honestly saying, even for you to have skill-based confidence, for you to gain skill-based confidence, you would need self-confidence. Because to have a skill-based confidence, you need to practice certain things, right? You need to be okay with making mistakes so that you can go beyond it. So that even if you fail one time, even if you're not performing good, you can again do it again one time more. And what would give you the strength to keep going on? Your self-confidence, your belief in your own self. So more than skill-based confidence, your self-confidence is must, because it is the foundation of all kinds of other confidence or good feeling that you have about yourself in life. So, and another thing that you need to know is that confidence is not something that you have to pick from outside. The kind of confidence that we are going to learn to build or develop, it is not something that you are going to pick up on fresh, or it is something that you have to build or pick up from outside. Confidence is something that is inside you, that was always inside you. It is just that over the time, while growing up, as we grow up, we lose touch with it, or we forget how confidence used to feel like. So we lose touch with our confidence. It is not that confidence was never in us, or I was never confident. No, you were confident. It is just that while growing up, when you are receiving so many messages, when you are open to receive feedbacks, when you are just building your identity, when you end up receiving messages which are negative and limiting, when you start to believe that I am not good enough, मुझे जैसा होना चाहिए वैसा नहीं हूँ मैं, there are so many good people and I'm not up to the mark, I'm not enough in myself, that is when you start to lose confidence. So confidence is inside you, right? Even today, if you today feel the lack of confidence in yourself, confidence is within you at the core. It is just that you have lost it, you have forgotten your touch with it. And because what has come or what has now come above that confidence, or that core of confidence, is your negative and limiting beliefs. That is your low self-esteem has made your confidence invisible to you. So now when we talk about building confidence, what we are going to do is we are going to just reclaim our confidence. So it's not about so confidence is not an alien thing to you. Confidence is always within you, it was always within you. It is just about reclaiming it. It is just about getting touch in with it again. Okay, so next, let's understand why do you lack confidence. So you must now we do understand that okay, confidence is a feeling that comes from the kinds of thought we have, and we understand that okay, the fact that I lack confidence, it is because I have a low self-esteem, which means that I have a distorted self-image of my own. Next is, let's understand why do you have a distorted self-image, or why is it that you have negative, or how do you end up having negative or limiting beliefs. Because some other person who does not have this lack of confidence, like they did not have negative and limiting beliefs about themselves. Why this difference exists there? See, when it comes to picking up or ending up with negative and limiting beliefs, it all depends upon the kind of childhood you had, or the kind of people you were surrounded with. Because see, when we grow up, that is when we are building our identity. That is when we are just open to receiving feedbacks, to receiving we are open to learn about ourselves. That we are basically saying to other people that okay, tell me who I am, tell me how I am, tell me what worthy am I, how deserving am I. So we are open to receiving feedback from other people. Now in that phase, if we are around people who make us feel like we are not good enough, who make us feel like the thing that we did, or that we're not skilled enough, not good enough, not intelligent enough, we start to feel unloved, incapable, and all those undesirable things which make us feel like we are not good enough. And if and when we feel like this over a long period of time, when these things or experiences keep happening with us for a long period of time, we end up feeling, or we end up concluding or coming to a conclusion that I am not good enough, that there are so many shortcomings or weaknesses that I have. I cannot do this, I do not have, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I cannot do things right, I make so many mistakes. When in reality, you are just being yourself, but it is the other person who has made you feel like that. But you end up internalizing it, because that is how the child does, because when you are a child, you do not have this cortex, the thinking brain. So you cannot make sense of things. You do not have brain to, or this thinking brain to make out that okay, this person is criticizing me or punishing me or calling me out because they are frustrated in themselves. They come from that place. Back then you do not have this much knowledge, because you were a child. So as children, we take everything personally. So we end up internalizing other people's frustration and pain and critics. We end up making it about ourselves, that I am not good enough. So this is how we end up with negative messages about our own selves. So we end up with an identity which says that I am not good enough, there's something wrong in me, I am flawed. And as you grow up with such messages, you definitely grow up to be an adult who is not confident in themselves. Because what is confidence? Confidence is feeling good enough in yourself, that believing in yourself, feeling proud of who you are. And when you grow up to believe that I am not good enough, I have this is how I'm not good enough, all these, I have so much shortcomings in myself, all weaknesses, no good thing, you're not going to feel proud of your own self. That is how you lose confidence in this journey of life. Okay, so when we were on the topic, why you lack confidence. So it is actually certain events and experiences from your childhood that make you feel like you're not good enough, and hence when you grow up when you grow up with such beliefs, you're definitely not going to accept yourself as you are. Because acceptance, for acceptance to happen, two things need to be there. First is you need to be understanding towards your own self. You need to understand yourself. Second is you need to forgive yourself. But unless you have done the inner work, acceptance cannot happen. Acceptance कहने में बहुत easy लगता है, that accept yourself, and you cannot fake acceptance also. So acceptance in itself is a very huge topic. I will make a video separately on this. But here I will just let you know that for confidence to be there, for real confidence to be there, you need to accept yourself. And that is why I say confidence is not perfection. Confidence is acceptance. And acceptance is possible, but perfection is not. So what you need to focus upon is accepting yourself for to be confident. Okay. Now let's come to the solution part. How do you build your confidence, or how can you reclaim your confidence? So two things need to happen for you to build confidence or develop confidence in you. First is you need to know yourself. That is, you need to you need to have self-awareness. You need to know yourself better, or deeply. Because right now, the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, that is not you. That is not what I mean when I say know yourself. Because that is the things that you have adopted from outside, from other people's brain, and you are believing that, okay, that is who I am. But there's the who you are in real, that is beneath those things, beneath those negative messages and negative beliefs. So first is, to have confidence, you need to know yourself, who you are, and then you need to accept yourself as you are. So these two things need to happen. Now let's understand how you can, or what needs to happen for you to build confidence. So the permanent, or an inevitable thing that needs to happen for you to have confidence is, you need to do inner work to let go of the negative beliefs that you have, which is nothing but working on your unhealthy self-esteem. Because what is unhealthy self-esteem? Unhealthy self-esteem is you looking at yourself or considering yourself low or inferior to others. And what makes you feel low and inferior to others? Your negative beliefs that you have about yourself. So it is not other people's perfection that make you feel small in yourself. It is those already beliefs, limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, that I am not good enough, I have this problem, I have this shortcomings, all these shortcomings. You have an entire list of all the things, all the negative things about your own self. So we need to work on these negative beliefs so that we can let go of them. And and what needs to happen is inner work. What is inner work? Inner work is simply knowing what are they. First is becoming aware of your negative beliefs that you have about your own self, and then processing them so that we can let go of them. Because we don't want to hold on to these negative beliefs. Because as long as these negative beliefs stay in me, I cannot bring in positive and empowering self-beliefs which need to come in for me to feel confident. So to go from lack of confidence to feeling confident in myself, what needs to happen is my thoughts or my beliefs about myself needs to change. Right now what it is? Right now it is very negative and limiting beliefs that I have about myself, wherein I have all my weaknesses, shortcomings, or how I'm not good enough, all those things listed in my mind. To go from here to here, where I am confident, what needs to happen? What needs to change? My thoughts, my beliefs about myself needs to change. So herein, what needs to happen is my thoughts need to be like, I am good enough, there are so many things I'm good at. And so here the basic difference is, the main difference is that the thoughts need to change. And an interesting thing is that for positive or new or empowering thoughts to come in, I need to make space for these new thoughts. And there's only limited space. So in this space, there are already so many negative beliefs sitting. So for me to bring in positive thoughts, to bring in new beliefs about my own self, I need to let go of these negative beliefs. Only then there would be space for new beliefs to come in. So understand this. Therefore, you need to, for you to truly build confidence in you, the kind of confidence that is everlasting, that happens as a transformation. That once you reclaim that confidence, it is only growing with time. Not the kind of confidence which is highly dependable upon not the kind of confidence which is volatile, but the confidence that grows with time, which blooms with time. For that to happen, we need to do inner work to let go of our negative beliefs. That is working on your self-esteem. So now what is the first step of it? What is something that you need to do right now, or something that you can get started, right? What is something that you can get started doing right now to get on this journey, to start on this journey of letting go of your negative beliefs? So first is to develop self-awareness. Now when I say self-awareness, I mean is that you need to turn towards your own self. That is, you need to turn within yourself, within you. Because right now what is happening is that when we lack confidence, we think that something in the external world needs to happen for me to build my confidence. So we are looking constantly outside towards the external world. Their solution is not there. As I said, confidence was always within you. Even today it is within you. It is just that we have to reclaim it. We have to again remember our confidence, remember who we were before all those negative beliefs or messages started to come in. So when I say that you need to develop your self awareness, I want you to get within you. I want you to turn towards your own self. I want you to ask yourself or find out your honest, true feelings and beliefs that you have about your own self. Thoughts and feelings that you have about your own self. Alright, and a very good activity to do this is to go and stand in front of a mirror and ask yourself and look at yourself in your eyes. Because when you look yourself in your own eyes, all the buried, hidden and suppressed thoughts and feelings start to come up. And when you have a low self-esteem, the thoughts or beliefs that are coming up can feel very triggering or can feel very hurtful. But this is important because, see, for you to actually have true confidence, you need to go through this. You need to go through your negative feelings or beliefs about your own self. So this needs to happen, and make a list of all the things, of your dominant feelings, beliefs that you have about your own self, of the constant or dominant thoughts that you have about your own self. Make a list out of it. Now, once you have made a list of all the things that you believe about yourself or how you see yourself as, or if I ask you to define yourself, how would you define yourself to somebody? And it is just you. So be as honest as you can be. You cannot let your ego come in between. Because what would your ego make you do? It won't let you face your reality. It won't let you acknowledge or accept that, okay, this is how I truly feel about myself. But here, for you to truly develop true confidence, you need to face your reality at present. Like, how do you feel about yourself at present? Acknowledge it, accept it, let it all come out, and it's just you. Now that you have made a list of all the things that you feel about yourself, I want you to ask yourself two questions. First is, how long have I been believing into this about myself? Suppose one of the things that you wrote is that I do not like my body, I do not like how I look. So I want you to ask yourself, how long have I been believing into this? Once you have written down the answer, and recall as far as you can go, there must be something or some moment that you remember, okay, yeah, I remember this one time I started feeling, insecure about my body. So recall that time. Second question I want you to ask yourself is, what or who made me feel like this? Ask yourself, what happened? Or, was there a one person or a group of people who made me feel like this? So what or who made me feel like that? This is important because this will let you know that certain things happened. Event happened, something happened that actually led you to feel insecure in yourself, that actually gave you a negative message about your own self. You were not born with negative messages or a negative identity about your own self. You were born pure value, with innate value, with full confidence, with full acceptance of yourself. Okay, so I want you to understand that confidence is natural to you. Confidence is your neutral state. Right now, the lack of confidence you feel, that is the unnatural state. That is something that you can come out of, because your natural state is confident, feeling confident or accepting yourself as you are. So yes, this is something that you can do right off. So I will just repeat what is something that you can do. The first step was developing self-awareness, which is you turn towards your own self and find out your honest feeling and thoughts about your own self, and then make a list of your true and honest feelings. Then once you're done with that, once you have made the list, I want you to ask yourself, how long have I been believing about this? How long have I been believing about how long have I been believing this about myself, and what or who made me feel like that? So I think now that you know about confidence, what confidence is not, and how do you actually develop it, how you actually build it, I hope that you put the work at the right place, so that you're not wasting your time by chasing superficial confidence or volatile confidence that comes for 1 or 2 days and then goes away the moment something happens, or the moment something changes in your external world, your confidence also goes down. So let's work on building confidence that is lasting. Let's work on building your self confidence, your confidence that is present at your core, confidence that comes from you, confidence that is only dependent on you, so that it's not volatile, so that it doesn't changes the moment your external world changes or your environment changes. So I want to end this video with this thought that confidence is a lot about self-acceptance, but it is not at all about being perfect. So ditch your idea of chasing perfect, of trying to be perfect to feel confident. confidence is about accepting yourself as you are. So yes, this was it for today. And if you want to work on your confidence, and if you want to have a clarity call with me, you can DM me coaching. I am offering free clarity calls right now, and we will have a call. So this was it for today, and tomorrow I will come up with another topic. Bye bye.